they're essentially playing that whole back and forth text game to see what you are, or see what you like, or see if they have a connection with you. Okay, so there's 1, 2, and then there's 3. Those fucking time wasters that everyone hates, that are just on there to, like, you know, get their little bit of validation. You know, oh, this guy likes me, this guy doesn't like me, you know, and that's just a bunch of bullshit. And they're the ones that you want to avoid. There's plenty of girls I know on there that have boyfriends that are essentially just on there. Their boyfriends know about it. They're just, like, you know, on there to get their little validation. It's like a game to them, and they're off. You know, just recently, some of the chicks I was with, they were telling me that, you know, I'm never going to go on Tinder dates with any guys. I just go on there because I just, you know, want to, you know, still make sure that guys like me. It's like, you're an idiot. Get the fuck off Tinder. Get out of my sight. No, not really. But, you know, they're just, like, doing it for, they actually think of it as game. It's like a little, you know, like people would go and play a computer game. They're like, this is a game on my phone where I play with guys. So I know there's a lot of good guys out there that are very good at cutting to the chase. Sean Roberts is absolutely one of them. You know, he gets them on the phone real quick, tries to, you know, filter them out, and tries to get them to meet up as soon as possible. That's kind of I would say the best way to go about it, and I would look at his Tinder series on YouTube. He can explain it far better than I can in this medium. But me personally, I will do it this way, okay? I'll spend a little bit of time going back and forth, and I'll flip it around with her. I'll be asking her the questions, or I'll be the one interrogating her. So I'm coming from the vibe. I'm coming from the frame that I'm figuring out if you're a girl that I want to meet, not the other way around, okay? You don't want to be answering her questions, living up to her standards, being who she wants you to be. You want to be the selector. You want to be the guy that's asking her the questions, giving her shit, and then going, okay, I feel like I understand and I know you now. You're someone that I want to meet. Yeah, cool, let's meet up this week. Okay, so there's no hard or fast rule to that, but I will go back for a couple of days, and then I'm like, okay, I'll usually do my Tindering now, like on a Sunday or a Monday, or maybe even a Tuesday, and then all the matches that I've got, like, I'll be like on a Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. It's like, all right, what's happening this week? You know, I've just got a time slot that's become available. Or it's just like, oh, you know, I had some plan. You don't say, of course, I've got a just time slot that comes available. It's like, oh, I had some plans Friday, but I've had to, you know, actually, no. You want to say, I had some family stuff on like a Friday, but we've rescheduled it. I have a free slot. Let's go out. Or, you know, I had quite a busy weekend, but I have some free time now. A couple of, you know, things I have. Make up whatever stories you need to make up. When are you free over the weekend? Let's do something. Those sorts of things. Okay, so if you're going back and forth for weeks and weeks and weeks and nothing is happening, that's absolutely the wrong way to go about it. You want to be like, you know, within a couple of days. So I always like to come from the idea that I'm trying to cast the biggest net to appeal to the most amount of women so that I can get the best results. I'd highly encourage everyone else to do that, okay? You can do crazy super stuff where you're like, you know, oh, I'm a fuckboy, let's go out and fuck and all this sort of stuff. That's only going to work for a select few girls, and maybe if you get a vibe that the girl is like that, then that's where you do it. But I'm casting the biggest, widest net possible so that I don't have to think too much about it. I'm gonna be, the chances of me getting the girl to come and see me wherever I want is the greatest it possibly could be. I'm not doing flashy shit, I'm not doing amazing shit, or I'm not doing, you know, calling them on the phone straight away, which can work, and I know that does work for a lot of guys, but that's just not me. I would suggest doing that. So go hard on a Sunday or Monday. Be talking like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then at that point you're applying, you know, the closed questions, so to speak. Like, how's your week going? When are you free? Let's go out. Let's do something. Okay, it's a nice big sort of open-ended question. It's not like, oh, are you free Friday, or are you free Saturday, or what are you doing this day? It's like, let's do something over the weekend, or let's do something in the next few days. I have some free time. That sort of stuff. So I hope that answers your question. I believe it does. But to summarize, you want to have a balance, okay? You don't want to be too pushy. In my opinion, anyway, you don't want to be too pushy. You don't want to be, you know, just dragging it on, like not giving her any sort of intent or feeling towards how you're going. You want to kind of play in the middle, cast that big net, because I know for a fact, guys, that there is a lot of girls out there that are willing to meet up with guys and they are looking to hook up, but they of course want to try and get to know the guy a little bit better. Well, they of course are trying to filter out all the dickheads and just bad guys on there in general, because there are a lot of, I guarantee you, there's guys that are just like, hey, nice match, wanna fuck, hey, you're hot, let's meet up, or like, oh, you know, I want to put my dick inside you or something as soon as a match, like just bullshit like that. So bear in mind, women are dealing with a lot of bullshit from guys that is not working, and they do need to filter out those dickheads. They do. So give them reasons to not think that you're a dickhead and have a decent conversation with them. But at the same time, you're not being a chode and pussing out and, you know, not getting anywhere. Okay, so we've actually managed to make this into an hour 10 webinar when, you know, here I am thinking, 2 questions should be a nice, you know, little quick one. There's a lot of you guys on here that are in the live stream, so I hope I answered all of your questions. Yeah, one thing I will say is, guys, when you ask questions, I know in your own mind you're like, oh, I'm just going to ask this question, Ryan's going to know exactly what I mean by this. Okay. The better you can articulate yourself in the question while keeping the question like short and to the point, the better. Okay, so for example, you know, when guys say my logistics are bad, I need further elaboration on that to make the question as relevant to you as possible, right? So just try and come from the idea that, okay, well, I know what I mean. I know what I mean, but if I'm asking the question to someone, perhaps they don't know exactly what I mean, or they don't know the full story. So try and give me a little bit more information on that so I can like really nail it. Because otherwise it's just hearsay and I'm sort of talking, you know, in roundabouts, in general terms about what you've posted. Yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all getting results. Sounds like a lot of you are. So if you're not, really just question, like, kind of like, you know, don't get upset by it, but kind of just think, okay, why am I not getting what I want? Or why am I not? Why am I not getting as far as I would like to with girls. And you know, maybe that becomes apparent pretty quickly, or maybe it doesn't. But at least just think about it for a while and go, okay, maybe I'm forcing things too much, or maybe I'm just not relaxed, or you know, maybe, you know, there's a certain area that I need to work on, or maybe I just have some limiting beliefs. You know, really try and hone in this week on what those reasons are, and try and adjust and fix that. Do a little bit of research, go away, maybe come back with some questions for me next week or the following week. I really do want to help you guys as much as possible. But the more you give me to work with and the more articulate you are about your questions, and the earlier you get them up as well. I know a lot of you guys have put questions here in the live stream. I do go over all the questions that you guys have posted beforehand in advance, so I know a little bit what to talk about. I generally do things on the fly because that's the way I like to work, but I do definitely go over those questions that are posted early, and I put a little bit more intention and effort into those. So if you do have a question, ask it in the thread where I post up the initial announcement of the webinar. Okay, that's the one with the time, date, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, guys, that's it from me tonight. Thanks for you guys that were in there for most of it. I know there's a few of you in there still, so yeah, keep gaming, keep going out, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye guys.